you need someone to help cover your backside. Renee, what on earth are you holding and what is this all about? Well, before we get into all that, I do want to preface this with, I am not a nurse. I am not a doctor. I do not play one on TV. I'm a real estate agent in Northeast Ohio who helps a lot of families in transition. And what those families are trying to do is help their aging loved ones maybe move into their final home or maybe even assisted living. And sometimes it's the aging individuals themselves trying to get their ducks in a row so that they may choose to age in place, but when they are ready to move on or they move on, so they can transfer their homes or sell their homes the way that they want to. And in taking care of my own aging parents, I've learned some tips and some tricks and some tools and some information that if for those of you that are watching, if I can help one person help their loved one age more gracefully without complications or uncomfortability, that's my goal. So this right here helped us tremendously, specifically with my mom who passed away from Alzheimer's dementia. So as we age, we tend to lead more sedentary lives, right? Mobility becomes an issue. And with those sedentary lives, one of two things happens. One, you may start to gain weight, okay? And then because we're leading more sedentary lives, the other is we start to lose weight. We lose that muscle tone, all those muscles that we'd be using to get around, we're no longer using as often or perhaps not even at all. In fact, in late stage with my mom, she became completely bedridden. So this became very, very helpful. We affectionately call this the donut pillow. And we would use a pillow like this to slide underneath my mom as she was sitting to kind of relieve the pressure from her tailbone, right? So as we age, our skin also tends to thin. So imagine if you're losing weight, your skin is thinning, and you're sitting on a hard surface for long periods of time. That's a recipe for pressure wounds, which can lead to open sores, which can lead to infections and greater complications. So we use this underneath her, and we just to eliminate those pressure points. We use this in conjunction with several other types of cushions. There's a square cushion that's kind of gel filled. And that provided a softer surface for her to be sitting on for a period of time. We also used a memory foam type of cushion that was more formed to her. And what we would do is we would change this every hour to 2 hours so that it would ever so slightly change the different points of pressure for her, therefore not creating one pressure point in one particular area that could lead to those pressure wounds. So we also used this when she became bedridden underneath her when she was lying down as well and we would just adjust them and to help again shift that pressure. So I will provide links for these devices in the comments. Again, this is not sexy information. I'm not showing you a luxury listing or talking about the interest rates, but it is real content and no one ever wants to talk about the real. So know that I'm Renee Velasquez with the RSVP Group with eXp Realty. I help families in transition and just know that I've got your backside. So if you need any help, please feel free to reach out and thank you so much for watching.